Chris Kelvin, a psychologist, arrives at a space station located on the planet Solaris. Solaris is a giant sentient ocean in which the scientists aboard the station believe they can initiate contact. This planet covered in ocean has been discovered for around a century, and they still have not been successful in communication. Upon his arrival, he discovers one of his old friends, Jabrarian, has killed himself, as well as notices the other crew members, Snow and Sartorius, behaving strangely. The crew, including Kelvin himself, have been experiencing visitors. Kelvin sees his dead ex-wife, Rhea, who had committed suicide after he left her. Convinced it is not the real Rhea, he sends her off into space. Another crew member, Snow, reveals to Kelvin that these human or human-like creatures appear to be on board have sprung out of the scientists' memories or fantasies. They are presumed to be a response from the ocean of Solaris by the X-rays they have bombarded it with. This response could have been meant as a thank you, an insult, or a test. They are unsure. Kelvin comes to realize that if a visitor is killed, or in his case sent away, another is provided, in which Kelvin sees another Rhea. This time he keeps her around and falls in love with her again and plans to keep her with him forever. The scientists later believe they have figured out that the visitors function through neutrinos, and further suspect a way to get rid of them. This includes sending Kelvin's brainwaves in the form of microwaves into the ocean. The scientists try microwaves and brainwaves, and the ocean makes big waves in return. Meanwhile, the second Rhea becomes aware that she is some sort of alien and tries to kill herself, but to her dismay, she just regenerates. Rhea sneaks away and gets Snow to shoot her with a neutrino disruptor. She vanishes, and the other visitors don't come back as well. Upset Rhea is gone, Kelvin waits to get off the station, but in the meantime visits the ocean. In addition to the entire plot, Kelvin reviews past works that have been reported on Solaris and comes to the conclusion that scientists really do not know anything about it. Even though Solaris seems like an uneventful science fiction novel, it provides insights on ourselves as well as other topics discussed in this course, with emphasis on religion, reality, and exploration. The book doesn't really give a clear explanation of the science involved, but Solaris can be looked at in a more religious manner. In the book, there are a lot of parallels between the ocean and God. The ocean seems to be a creator, but the humans can't seem to interpret the meaning or the reasons behind its creations. Lem uses this comparison to emphasize his opinions on religion and science. To quote from the book, compared with the proliferation of speculative ideas which were triggered off by this problem, medieval scholasticism seemed a model of scientific enlightenment. Medieval scholasticism was devoted to trying to explain the nature of God, which ended up being confusing and obscure. Lem uses this to express his opinion that solaristics and all science is similarly involved and meaningless, and that science is ridiculous because it's like religion. In Solaris, the scientists have come up with theory after theory in which the ocean keeps disproving them. This further articulates Lem's opinion that science is a pretentious endeavor in which we think we have knowledge, but it ends up being nonsense. He uses religious arguments to explain that the future is just like the past, where we haven't figured anything out and aren't going to. Lem also addresses the concept of reality and prompts the question of what is real in the first place. In Solaris, dreams become reality, and the contents of the characters' heads become real. Kelvin ponders the thought of Rhea's realness and begins to question his own existence, if he believes she isn't real. Ultimately, he's a fictional character in a book, however, Lem makes the book sort of like a puzzle in which different versions of reality are tossed around to express their unsteadiness or simply watch them fall apart. When Kelvin sees his first visitor, Lem writes, "There is only one possible explanation, one possible conclusion. Madness, yes. That was it. I had gone mad as soon as I arrived here. Emanations from the ocean had attacked my brain, and hallucination followed hallucination." This quote suggests that it's better to be mad than have reality go mad on you, which is a crucial part to the meaning of Solaris, in which you can't always tell the difference. Lem offers a story where you can't tell the difference from inside your head from the outside, from what is real and what is fake. Solaris also offers us an opinion on exploration and our desire to explore the universe and the unknown. The difference in this book, however, is that Kelvin learns about himself, in which Lem means by looking out there you are just going to be looking back at a reflection of yourself. He suggests that we can explore as much as we want, but the parts of you that process it are still what you see and think. Moreover, Lem addresses the issue that we want to explore yet we haven't fully explored ourselves. Lem also points out our historical nature of imperialism. Earth is a common type, the grass of the universe, and we pride ourselves on this universality. There's nowhere we can't go. In that belief, we set out for other worlds, all brimming with confidence. And what were we going to do with them? Rule them or be ruled by them? That was the only idea in our pathetic minds. He suggests here that humans only explore to conquer or be conquered, and that it revolves around control, not about our curiosity. I believe Lem's thoughts on exploring other worlds has to begin with exploring ourselves and assessing our motives as well as the necessity for future exploration. Solaris in general does not take you anywhere in particular to emphasize the belief that we cannot escape our own brain, which I believe is its intention, and to possibly teach us and offer us a different perspective or opinion on the future and scientific development. It's a novel that poses a lot of self-reflection and encourages us to rethink fundamental ideas about science as well as highlight the confinements of our own mind. One last quote I wanted to share is, "We think of ourselves as the knights of the Holy Contact. This is another lie. We are only seeking man. We have no need of other worlds. We need mirrors. We don't know what to do with other worlds."